I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you all. Happy conference tournament week. We're officially into the thick of it. We got the Big 12 tournament today. Starting today, we got I believe the ACC tournament is starting today as well. So some serious college basketball on. As far as Monday night, had a good one. Went 3-2. As far as my three biggest bets, they went 2-1. So back-to-back profitable days for me. Oh, also on Sunday, Corey Connors, top 20 hit at plus 175. I'm just a golf lord out here. No, it was the only golf bet I placed this week, and it hit plus 175, so you'll love to see it. Toast and Trevor have made it, so we're ready to go. Let me get him on the screen real quick. Yo, Scoop, do you know that I have your 100,000 subscriber YouTube plaque sitting here? You're the only person that hasn't got theirs.
No.
As long as you know it's here. Whoa, Toast is close.
I'll fix it. I just got literally been off the plane for like 20 minutes.
Oh, you just landed?
I know. I can see from your face.
All right, let me.
Scoop, anytime you want this smoke, tennis court, golf course, whenever you want it, you can get it. Whenever. Just let me know. I will book the flight tomorrow. I promise.
Tennis court, golf course. That's the challenge. Toast,
I mean,
I would destroy you in golf.
Please, I beg you.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude. I'm a very gifted athlete.
That's
anything.
Fantastic. I'm a very good golfer.
Dead ass. Anything that involves athletic ability and motor skills but doesn't involve cardiovascular health, I don't lose at. So if it involves athleticism but without cardio, I win every time. Like I'll get destroyed in basketball, but we just have like 3 points shoot off, or I'm not losing. So it's cardio is where I lose. Anyway, yeah, we're going through. This is how we're doing it today. We're going through the first 5 games that will be either starting or about to start when we do the normal time show. So we'll be back at 4 p.m. for the normal show, and we'll do the night games. But we're doing the first 5 here. Starting with, we're talking Big 12 tournament. It's that time of year. Oklahoma State catching 6.5 from Cincinnati, who the market seems to love recently. I mean, I know that they're the better team, but Cincinnati the Cincinnati hype might be a little out of control. They were just laying almost 10 points and didn't they lose outright when they were, who were they laying 9.5 to recently?
Oklahoma State.
Was it Oklahoma State?
They were laying 3.5. Yeah.
No, Cincinnati was laying 9.5 recently. I'm positive.
They haven't laid 9.5 in like 2 weeks.
No way.
3 weeks.
No, it was Kansas State.
Yeah, Kansas
That was
State.
7.5. Okay, you know what?
I
go to Hawaii for
I
one
definitely
week.
saw 9.5.
It was 1 billion % 9.5 when we talked about it on the show.
Do you want me to show you on my screen?
I don't care what I'm
telling you. 7.5.
It might close at 7.5. It was 9.5 when we talked about it on the show. I'll bet my nuts on it. It was 9.5 when we talked about it on the show. Because I said, how is this 9.5? Pull the tape, man. It was 9.5. Oklahoma State. That's my pick.
Under. 139 under for me. I feel like if Cincinnati is going to be a 7-point favorite, that means that tells me that the books are very confident that they're going to play well. And what do we know about Cincinnati? They can play defense. Their offense has been lackluster, to say the least. I know that they've looked a little bit better over the last month or so-ish, but it's still not an offense that I trust in a neutral in the first game of the tournament as far as the conference tournaments go. So under for me.
Someone bet me $1,000 I can't run a mile. Are you willing to put that up? Because I will run a mile for $1,000.
I would lose that money. So
I'm not saying it would be like smooth, but all this the deal is just I have to run and don't stop running until I run a mile. Yeah, cruise control, man. Scoop,
especially for $1,000.
Yeah, Cincinnati ruined their tournament hopes. This team was ranked at one point. Now they're a 13 seed in this conference. It's just hard to have any confidence in Cincy right now the way they've looked. They lost 3 in a row entering here. They lost 5 of their last 7. If I was to pick a game, I was to pick because I would still pick Cincy. I know that Kansas State game where they put up 49 was rough, and they just played Oklahoma State their last game and lost by 11. Jizzle James isn't jizzing lately. He started off the season well, really has been poor since then. It's not the defense like Toe said that's a problem. They do a pretty good job defensively, but they're just not a great offensive team at all. They're really turnover prone, but I know in any sport, it's hard to beat a team back-to-back. Wes Miller isn't a bad coach, and defense really kicks it up in conference tournaments. So they were third in scoring defense. They're 25th in defensive efficiency in the country, so I agree with the under 2. But I think Cincy can take care of Oklahoma State because Oklahoma State is somehow worse at offense than Cincinnati. They're just a terrible shooting team, 13th in the conference field goal percentage, and they're actually a worse rebounding team than Cincy, which is impressive. So it's just Oklahoma State's been disappointing all year. It's a lot of points for a Cincy team. I know that is, but they're 6-2 the last 10 against the spread. And Oklahoma State isn't great on the road or neutral anyway, so I'll lay with Cincy.
The person who said $1,000 to run a mile is now saying, well, possibly under a certain time. Yeah, no shit. You can make that bet with anyone. Shut up, bro. Trevor, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati, like some clowns out here, man. Put $1,000 up. Trevor?
Yeah, I double dipped on this one. I took Cincy -7, and I took the first half under. There was 80 points in the first half of the last game. Oklahoma State couldn't miss. Cincy had a very off game. I mean, they got out rebounded. They fouled a ton. They couldn't hit any shots. Oklahoma State was 7 of 9 from 3, so it's not like they, shot a ton and made a ton. I mean, but still 7 of 9 is impressive. They were very choosy with it. I'm not sure on a neutral court they'll be able to repeat that performance. I mean, and who wants to bet Cincy -7, 6.5, whatever it is? Nobody wants to take it. You're getting 7.5, 7 points with an Oklahoma State team who just won outright as a 3.5 point dog. Now we're laying 6.5, 7. I think Cincy's defense shows up here. I think this game's gonna be ugly as hell. I think this is going to be somewhere around like a 65 to 56 win, somewhere around there for Cincinnati. So I double dipped. I took the first half under, and I took Cincy to get right here. I mean, they're not going to get out rebounded again, and I don't think they could shoot the ball. I know their offense is bad, but I don't think they could shoot as bad or look as bad as they did again.
I am shocked at your guys' blind willingness to lay all these points at Cincinnati. This is not a good team.
They want you to take all those points with Oklahoma State. They just won outright as a 3.5 point dog. Now you're going to get 7.
Couldn't you make the same exact argument in the Kansas State game?
That was them off of Houston. That was Cincy off of Houston.
God,
that was a system play.
The witchcraft in college basketball that you believe.
Hey, they scored 49 points, man.
Let's move over to
I'm just thinking about how quick I can run a mile now. I think it's like 15.
Well, no, he didn't specify. He said
from somebody that runs miles literally every single morning, you're outing yourself in the comments if you're putting your times out there and stuff and saying that a regular mile is 9 to 10 minutes.
I think I could do 15, like under 15 maybe.
Yeah. I mean, well, if you think about it, 15 is 4.0 on the treadmill because that would be 4 miles per hour.
I don't know what treadmill is.
If you're running at 4s on the treadmill, we're not the same. So.
Yeah. I don't. Scoop goes, I don't know, treadmill. It's simple math, Scoop. It's not
been on one of those since high school.
It's math, dude. All right. Anyway, let's talk ACC. We got Pittsburgh, Notre Dame. Pittsburgh laying 3.5. I don't know what to do. I think Pittsburgh's the better team, but laying 3.5 of Pittsburgh also makes me a little sick. I think Pittsburgh here is the play.
You can put me on the Irish. There's no question.
Yeah, but hold on. We're taking the spot to take Notre Dame are these sharp spots when they're. I don't know. Go
ahead. I just think that Notre Dame is playing just as good of basketball as Pittsburgh is, if not better. I mean, let's not forget that Pittsburgh really hasn't played well in over 2 weeks. Last win was Boston College to end of the year, and you have a Notre Dame team that, again, I think has a better coach. I'll take Shrewsbury over Capel any day of the week. And we have a team in Notre Dame that's catching over a full possession. Am I still getting 4 here, 3.5, whatever? That's been playing good over the last couple of weeks. The only losses that they have are to Louisville, SMU, Clemson, Wake Forest. They beat Pittsburgh. They beat Boston College, Stanford, California. That California game was wild. It was a 4 OT game. But again, I do think that Notre Dame is playing extremely well, and they're playing a team. They are a team that's been playing together for a while now. They're one of the most experienced teams in the country and one of the highest teams with minutes continuity as well. So I trust them here on a neutral, catching points against a Pittsburgh team that hasn't been playing well. I will give you, they've been playing together and whatnot too, but there's no chance in hell I'm laying 3.5 points with Pittsburgh on a neutral. There's just not going to happen.
I don't know. Pittsburgh looked pretty good against Louisville, right, Trev?
I don't give a shit about what they looked like. This is a bad matchup for Pitt. They never beat the Irish. They're 2-9 in their last 11 against Notre Dame here. I get it's on a neutral, so I mean you could throw out the road losses, whatever. But Pitt, Notre Dame hasn't looked bad. Marcus Burton's been figuring it out as of late too. He's starting to come on. I just hate this Pitt team. They've underachieved all year in a year that they had some expectations and probably one of the worst years of the ACC. This team won they were bad. They won 4 or 5 games, or 6, 7 games. All right, so they won 6 or 7, but they still lost to bad teams here. I mean, Georgia Tech got them, NC State got them. They lost to Notre Dame on the road, Virginia. They've just been underperforming. So you're going to give me 4 points with an Irish team and Marcus Burton. I'll take that on a neutral all day. Eat shit Pitt here. Let's go Irish up.
I know Scoop's going to take Pitt with me.
No, I'm on the Irish as well. I feel like Pitt was definitely disappointing this year. Notre Dame was pretty much what I thought they would be. But, I mean, yeah, Pitt snapped their 4-game losing streak, but they beat Boston College, which, is whatever. I mean, I'm taking Notre Dame. It's more, as long as it's more than a possession, I like this. Like Trev said, I mean, Marcus Burton's been on fire lately. Had 20 earlier this year against Pitt. He's had 31 points per game the last 4. He leads the ACC in scoring. I think it's going to be hard for Pitt to slow him down, but they're already one of the worst teams in the ACC in defending the 3. Plus, the last 8, Pitt covered 1 game, and that was that game against Boston College. Both teams are going to play slow. Not a lot of possessions here. I think that'll benefit the Irish. It's going to be competitive. Back and forth game the whole game. I think Pitt should score on the inside, but they're just really inconsistent with how they play. Like Trev said too, Notre Dame has Pitt's number. They're 9-2 the last 11. Trey Davis and Shrewsbury should give Pitt's defenses problems as well. The only thing I would worry about is if Pitt is finally playing up to what they should be. But yeah, I don't have any. I don't want to take Pitt at all. It's hard to trust them the way they're playing. I would say whoever wins this one is going to beat North Carolina next, but the ACC is so average, really anyone can make it to the semis in the ACC. So, yeah, I'm going to take Notre Dame.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh is that team that beats North Carolina. I think you guys are kind of missing Notre Dame. We saw them win a few games when they're in a short home dog in a good spot. This is the tournament, man. You're going to get Pitt's best fastball. And as disappointing as Pitt's been this year, their best fastball is still 5-6 points better than Notre Dame.
I think Pitt matches up with North Carolina better than Notre Dame.
Dude, Notre Dame is not a good basketball team, Scoop.
No, they're not. Neither is Pitt.
Neither is Pitt.
Yeah, they're better than Notre Dame. All right, I'm betting that, by the way.
Money line. Do it.
No, I'm laying the 3.5.
No, don't do it.
If Pitt wins, it'll be by 1 or 2. They won't cover.
Oh my God. All right, we'll see. By the way, community agrees with me on that one.
Toast is talking to himself.
Toast is muted. He's trying to talk.
Now he's gonna throw the mic.
The mic turned on, but I still don't hear you.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna freak out. Just really quickly, the idea that Pittsburgh's so good and Notre Dame is so bad, yet they had the same record in conference play, but they're terrible. You're right.
Yeah, they are better than Notre Dame. That's
no, they're not. They literally are not.
Okay, all right. I'll send you a text.
They don't even have one more win than them.
I'll send you a text when Pitt wins by 9. All right. Now to a game I can't contribute. Alabama A&M Grambling. Trevor, how about you just take this one? Alabama A&M and Grambling.
Yeah, man. Hey, I've loved these Grambling boys this year. I took them all 5 games start the year. They went out to Mississippi, Florida, New Mexico, USC, and Cal Poly. Covered every single game. They're feisty, man. They fight. They're athletic. They can, they're all right. They're not terrible. I mean, they are in the SWAC, but let's not get crazy. But still, Alabama A&M is one bad team. Their wins are Pine Bluff, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View. Congrats. They did beat FAMU. I think FAMU's a decent team, but other than that, they're terrible. I'm laying it with Grambling here. I think Grambling's a more athletic, better team. They can shoot, they can score, they drive, they get to the line. So I'll take that, and they shoot free throws better. I mean, 67% for Alabama A&M in conference play alone. That's pretty bad. So I'll take it with Grambling. I like them. I think they're a better tournament team, just in sense of who they played this year in their non-con. And they actually had some success against them. I mean, let's not forget they almost beat Ole Miss on the road too. So I'll take Grambling here.
So I want to give a shout out to this guy in the chat, Mama Mentality. He said home game for Notre Dame or something, and everyone was like, "Dude, it's the ACC tournament. It's not a home game." And instead of backing off, he doubled down. He goes, "No, fans travel."
You got to watch though, because the big games, neutral, but a lot of the lower games are, at the home.
Scoop, do you have any thoughts on the Alabama A&M Grambling game?
Yeah, it's an ugly one. Grambling was fun last year. It's not the same team. Grambling is 6-2 the last 8 against A&M. They actually covered on the road to them earlier this season. Both teams, they're playing low-scoring games. I think last 8 times they played all went under. Really, though, the only times Grambling has looked good this year was against A&M. I know they covered a bunch, but I know both games they won by double digits. But if I was making a bet here, which I'm absolutely not, I would lead Alabama A&M. I mean, Grambling just really can't score. They're 334th in the country in points scored. I know Alabama sucks defensively. The only thing going for them is they're a better rebounding team. They're actually top 15 in the country in terms of offensive boards, which is pretty crazy. So they do get second chance points. So with extra possessions, I'll take the 5.5. But overall, I am not going to watch this game.
Toast, are you going to watch this game?
It'll probably be on the small TV. Actually, I don't know. I might take a nap. But either way, it'd be Alabama for me. I just don't trust that this. I mean, really simply, I haven't really paid too much against these teams, but I know that Grambling just absolutely destroyed this team less than 5 days ago. And now they're laying barely a bigger number. Matter of fact, they're laying a shorter number than they are on that one. So that just weirds me out. There's not a chance in hell I'd bet this game, but it would only be Alabama for me.
All
Go
right.
for the soup.
I'm not. You know what? I'll put Grambling up because Trevor seemed more confident than you guys, and he started off saying, "I like these Grambling boys."
He liked them because he was getting 50 points for the first week that they were playing, and it was easy cashes.
They almost beat Ole Miss on the road. They had the chance to beat Ole Miss on the road. This team they're feisty. They can get up if they want to. And a team you just beat the shit out of,
well, then why haven't they been getting up the last week and a half?
Because they're getting ready for this. The tournament.
Oh, okay. All right. My fair.
Yeah, Toast, they were getting ready. Duh.
My bad. They travel. I forgot those fans travel.
They'll travel. They'll travel.
So let's go back to the Big 12 here. Colorado, TCU.
Coach Prime.
Scoop finds a way to insert Coach Prime into the conversation. Oh man, I guess TCU's been the better team, right? I don't even know.
Yeah, until the last Colorado game, but yeah.
No, I mean over the last month, TCU's been better, right?
Yeah, I mean anyone's been better than Colorado.
I'm putting TCU up. What do you guys think? Toast?
Yeah, I bet TCU already. I played them on the money line, I think 135 or whatever. But I think it's very telling that this line is -2.5. Again, both these teams are pretty bad. I do think that TCU was starting to play better as the month of February started, and then they kind of had a little bit of a downtrack. But they just really don't play well on the road. And I understand that that's kind of concerning here. But at the same time, these Colorado got them in Colorado. Colorado is a team that, again, just like TCU, not a team that I trust on the road. At home, they're a team that you can trust. Wins against UCF, Baylor, TCU. Obviously, that looks really good, but they haven't really done anything on the road. I just think that TCU is the better team. I think they match up well with Colorado, and I don't really trust Colorado unless they're actually in Colorado. So one thing that Colorado has usually most against every team is that they're bigger and they have a very deep bench, but so does TCU. I mean, they're not as big as Colorado, but they have just as enough. So, and then they can rebound just like Colorado can. So I think everything points to TCU. I think they're clearly the better team that's been playing better. I know that they took a couple losses late in the year, but again, I think Colorado would have taken those same losses. So, yeah, I bet TCU.
Scoop, you're on the Frogs. You were going like this.
Yeah, I'm on the Frogs. I know Colorado killed TCU the last game of the season. They really solidified themselves as last place of the Big 12. Nothing changed. I don't see any kind of that. I don't see that happening again. They split the series in the regular season. TCU season was kind of like Pitt. They had some big wins in the middle, and then lately they've been pretty terrible, and that's mainly because of their injuries. I feel Frankie Collins was a huge part of this team. Some key bench players were hurt a lot of the year. I guess they rely on Noah Reynolds now to score, but the problem with TCU is it is their scoring. They're 322nd in field goal percentage, 345 in 3-point percentage. The thing though is they actually have a pretty good defense who can compete. And when I say compete, I mean against Colorado. They're 32nd in defensive efficiency. Julian Hammond should be playing. I know that he was dealing with some back problems for Colorado, but TCU will have a way better game plan here than last game. Like Toast said, Colorado hasn't won a game away from home this season yet. They haven't won on the road or at a neutral site. TCU really is just a way better team, like Toast said, than Colorado, even with their terrible offense. I know Colorado has flashes, but I don't see them winning here, or I don't see them keeping it relatively close, to be honest. So I think TCU is going to have a bounce back game.
I'm a little worried that it seems like everybody on planet Earth is betting TCU, which means here comes Trevor to take the Buffs, I'm guessing.
Buff up, baby. This Colorado team. Yes, they're dog shit, but you know who's also dog shit? TCU. You know who dominates the glass in these two games this year? Colorado. Colorado out-rebounded them 34-22 in the first game and then 45-29 in the second game. Now we're going to get a neutral with two teams that can't really shoot. I will trust the team that can get rebounds, and their size at the rim will be able to put them back in. Everybody in the world's on TCU. Bounce back. They just lost to them. They'll get it back. No shot. Buffalo is going to win their first game away from home today. Give me the 2.5. I'm hoping this gets up to 3. If not, I'm still on that 2.5.
We are polling over 80% TCU. So as far as the viewer, every single person clicked TCU. Trevor might be the only person here on the Buffs.
If I would have known it was like that, I would have.
Nah, the chat's a bunch of sharps. We're good.
No, we have a sharp community. And remember, Trevor's fading Bosch right now.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I can't even argue it right now.
He's on like a week and a half cold streak.
Very much so. I feel the heater today, though. I can feel it in my plums. Today's the day.
Feel it down in my plums.
Today's the day.
All blue and
I had a great day yesterday. It turned my whole vibe around.
Honestly, if Trevor gets Colorado against the World, I will consider the slump
Speaking
over.
of the World, I just want to say shout out to the World. Shout out Big Cat for everybody betting that number up to 150 yesterday. I said it 3 hours before tip. If this number gets to 150, I nuke it. I just want to say shout out to all you guys. It wouldn't have happened without you.
You gave a shout out to Big Cat?
Big Cat and the World, because he had his 17,000 picks in a row bet, whatever it was.
16.
That number was up 5 points. It was absolutely ridiculous. Even Jeffrey Benson said that this is just a Big Cat effect. So, I just want to say shout out to everybody in the world for betting that up for me. Thank you.
Speaking of, how was that Charleston 3 at the end, Trev?
Bullshit. Fuck that guy. I knew for a fact we were doing our show and I told him, I was like, what's going to happen is they're going to make both free throws and then they're going to play no defense and get a layup or some shit. Of course, the second he left his hands, I was like, this is March. Here it goes. Splash. God damn it.
Yeah.
I was so mad. I was like, upset. I knew it was coming. It's March.
Last game up. By the way, we'll be back at 4 p.m. And there's only 4 NBA games. So we'll do the 4 NBA games, and then we'll go through all the night games because there's more college basketball today than this. But this is the last game, and then we've covered every single day game.
Can we talk the Utah Tech game, too?
Except Utah Tech.
Dude, I was going to say, is that not the stinkiest line of the year?
Wait,
I was
Utah
just talking to my buddy. I was just talking to Max. Go ahead.
4:30.
Oh, did I might have skipped that one by accident.
It's okay.
Trust me. It's okay.
We'll do this one first, and then we'll do the Utah Tech. I don't have graphics for it, though. Anyway, Cal, Virginia Tech. I don't know much about this Cal team, but I really liked them against Wake Forest earlier in the year at +2 at home. And I watched the entire game, and they were so bad. It was one of those things where, like, I can't bet Cal the rest of the year after watching that. Like, I don't know if I'm putting Virginia Tech up. I don't know if it's a good play or not. I just know that Cal sucks. So, Virginia Tech for me.
Yeah, there's just no way I can grab Virginia Tech here. I mean, they have a ton of problems over there. I mean, on the other hand, there's no way I can grab Cal either. They lost 7 of their last 8 and lost at home to Virginia Tech already this year. That being said, you can see how bad Virginia Tech actually is. That Cal is laying 3.5 or 4 to them. I do like Jeremiah Wilkerson for Cal, and I actually like the way Cal plays on the perimeter. They really want teams to go inside. The problem is Virginia Tech can't really go inside. They only shoot threes pretty much, which is really hit or miss. They can't rebound or play inside at all. Cal crashes the boards well. Believe it or not, as bad as Cal is, they are 21st in the country in offensive rebounding and 21st in free throw rate. So they get to the line a lot from their aggressiveness down low. So, I mean, this is going to be an ugly, probably lower scoring game. It may come down to free throws. If it does, Cal is in the top 100 in free throw percentage. Virginia Tech sitting at like 220-ish. So Cal is way better at the line. Chances of getting there is pretty high. So I'm going to take Cal laying at 3.5.
Trevor, you can't lay more than a possession with Cal, right?
I said that last night when we did our show. I was like, yeah, who the hell is Cal to lay 3.5 points to anybody? But
it keeps on going up. Just so
I know.
That's the only reason that I didn't bet them is because I feel like I missed the number. Because it's at 4 in some spots now. Caesars has it at 4. Bet365 has it at 4. Bet Rivers has 4. It continues to move.
Yeah, and with all this movement, like, I wasn't going to bet this game, but I think, in honor of it being start of P5 conference tournaments, I think I might dive in and take Cal here. I mean, Cal doesn't turn it over. They can rebound. They get to the free throw line. I don't hate that.
Really?
I don't
think it's going to be high? I don't think it's going to be high.
I mean, this total's going up. The line's moving for Cal. Everybody's betting Vatek because, like I said,
dude, we're polling Cal. We're polling Cal.
Again, Sharps in the
Cal
chat.
Bear's a beast.
Sharps in the chat. Yeah, obviously. I'll take the team total over. I feel better with that. They can get to the rim. They don't turn it over. Vatek has turnover issues. They can foul you a little bit. They struggle to shoot. And I believe they like to shoot. Virginia Tech likes to shoot threes too. So we're going to get some run out rebounds here for Cal. I'll take the team total over, and then I don't have to sweat out and scream at the TV when Cal blows this late and wins by 3.
I think the Vatek defense is going to clamp them.
What defense?
I was going to say since...
But we've seen Virginia Tech play some good defensive games against Virginia.
Was it
Virginia?
That's true. They gave up 54 to Boston College, but they only scored.
And Virginia, they played good defense against Virginia. I think Virginia Tech's the play.
They played good defense versus Virginia, and they also gave up 73, which would cash my 72.5 team total. So, Cal team total over 72.5 for me. I feel like I missed the number. I actually kind of liked Cal this morning, so it kind of sucked. But I'm not going to lay 4 though. But I do think if they win, they probably hit this 73 number. But as Scoop talked about, Cal's a really good free throw shooting team. They don't really turn the ball over. As a matter of fact, they're number 2 in the conference as far as turnover percentage on offense, and they can offensive rebound. So I don't think you have to worry about them getting some buckets here tonight. And like Trevor mentioned, that was a really good point that Virginia Tech likes to shoot free throws, and now here we are in the Spectrum Center on a neutral. If they're having an off night, that could lead to some easy run-out baskets for Cal. So yeah, I'm actually going to bet this as soon as we're done.
Hold on. I'm just checking on a comment here. What's this line at now?
4. Well, it depends on where you get
it's 3.5, 4 here.
3.5. I see. I mean, it's probably 4 some places. I'm sure
it's 4 on like 4 books.
Yeah.
1 second.
I can get 71.5 for a team total. Thank you.
Fair.
Bovada, baby.
It's so I thought someone said it's 7.5 now, but they must have been talking about a different game. So it's where is it?
Since he might be 7.
3.5 or 4.
I was going to say at 7.5.
I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I wouldn't do that at all.
I would go down with the ship at 7.5.
No, there's no way.
All right, so you guys wanted to talk about Utah Tech before we close?
Yeah, this line is friggin' weird. It stinks.
Weird? I think I was talking to Max, one of the shot quality guys, and it could possibly be one of the stinkiest lines of the year, let alone conference tournament.
Are you going to explain to those of us who don't give a shit about Utah Tech how it's weird?
They've lost 14 straight. They're laying 5.5.
They've lost 14 straight. They've lost to Southern Utah twice in a row. They opened as 3.5. They closed it. So it's at 6.5 now. What do we not know? Like, what do the books know that we don't know?
I think it's just telling us they're begging for freaking Southern Utah money. They're begging. We got to do it.
I'm not
doing it. We got to dive in.
There's no
plug your
chance.
nose and get on in there.
We gotta, we gotta do it, dude. It's telling us.
It is weird.
I'm putting a
They
poll up.
lost 14 straight and they're laying 2-3 possessions. What the hell are we doing?
I'll be happy for you if you win, and I'll be happy to be like, everybody got suckered. But man,
I mean, the only thing that you could say is they played. Like Utah. I mean, they only lost to. They lost them twice, but they lost them by 2 and then by 7. So
also, again, if you're trying to make Utah Tech arguments, shout out the Trailblazers. You could say that this is a significant step down in class for them as well, because they just got done playing Seattle, Grand Canyon, Cal Baptist, Utah Valley. I mean, so again, I don't know if it's 3.5 points move or 3.5 or 3.5 points. No, yeah, this is just wild. So you can put up.
I'm going Southern Utah money line. We're pulling almost 70% Utah Tech.
Yeah, because they're sharps and they get it. They get it. I'm gonna bet this game just to bet it. Honestly, it's. I'll do a half unit. I'll just, I'll feel better. I'll go a little halfy on it, but I gotta get involved with this game. It makes no sense.
Did you just call a half unit a halfy?
A halfy,
Yes, I did.
also known as a scoop.
Halfy. Oh no. All right, so Trevor's gonna bet this disgusting line. Scoop, do you have any thoughts on this one or no?
No.
All right, Toast. Anything?
No, this is just absolutely wild line.
Maybe I'll throw a quartery on it.
A halfy. All right, we'll be back at 4 p.m. to do the NBA and then go through the rest of the college basketball games. I think starting tomorrow, we'll do all the college basketball for the day at this time. So then the later show will just be NBA. That's what I think we're going to do. I just wasn't prepared to do that this morning, so I threw together 5 games just so we can get going. So I think I'm going to tell Prop Beaver to come in earlier in the day, and we'll do a full college basketball show for the day now. That's what we'll do starting tomorrow. I was
just going to say, sorry to throw this
on
you.
Oh, you know what, Scoop? You can, if you want to come back at 4 p.m. and pick some of your favorite games out, we could do that.
I was just going to also say, can we either do, if we're not going to talk about college basketball on the noon shows, we could go through like 1 or 2 teams for Major League Baseball and season.
Well, actually, Scoop's going to come on and talk about his favorite picks. That's what we'll do. So if you want to come back and talk with Scoop, but that's what
I'm good. But yeah,
come on, man.
All right, everyone have a good day. I'll see you